window is closing. The window is closing. The window is closing. Let's get this shit started, man. What's up, world? What it do? What's up, YouTube? What's up, crypto land? How's it going, internet, cyberspace? This your boy, Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace, the DJ / producer, coming back again with another one. One of these things called live streams. I don't fucking know. Hey, man, somebody want to chop up my videos, like help me get this shit out more, because you be watching it and you're like, yo, he be spitting facts. Yo, crop some stuff out, put it out, I'll repost it 100%. I mean, I needed to get into that, but yeah, good creators have good teams. 2025, we're building teams. We're building blockchains and teams. Let's get it, y'all. But today is January 14th, 2025. All right. We're halfway through the fucking month already. I hope you've recovered. I hope you got your head on straight. If not, if you're still trying to discover who you are, maybe next year. Because you're probably still going to be the same motherfucker you were previous to those years. Man, look at this horse. This is a beautiful horse here. This is a beautiful horse here. Look at this. Bro, that's how we about to be busting out the gate. They're not even ready. When was the last time you just seen a horse run free? That's Zen. But yo, what's up, Dank? What up, Lita? What up, Zen enthusiasts? Shout outs to those who are on X. Make sure you hit the like button or come over to YouTube if you want to chill and chat. But yeah, man, everything in the crypto space is kind of funny right now. We actually have a lot of different things going on. One of them being Bitcoin yesterday looked horrible. It looked over. People were even saying it. I think Bitcoin's going back to 84,000. Right? Our special support number. And again, we've been saying, like, I was saying the conservative move for Bitcoin would be to think that Bitcoin is $79,000. It's already $79,000. Like, straight up. Like, there's no reason to not think it's like that until it's not like that. Right? The bullish number again was 108,000. And I don't know why. Again, the matrix is a weird place. I had two numbers I pulled out of my ass, which was literally 84 and 108, because those have relationships to a lot of positive things in this reality. Okay. Some of those aren't so positive. If you really get into it, you're going to start questioning what is positive, you know, what is good, what is evil. I don't know. Go look into it. The gematria of 108 and 84 if you're trying to get educated. But yeah, those two ranges is where I was seeing Bitcoin sit anyways. That's why I'm not really, you know, how do you say it? Nervous for any type of outcome. The other funny thing we had happen today, shout out Solana. Let me go to my, yo, eMeans is down bad. Why would the creator of Avalanche repost a Solana post, bro? Like, this is the matrix we're living in right now. This guy can't get his shit off the ground. So he's like, yeah, you know what? I actually agree with Solana. Which is funny because, dude, you made a EVM. But where is it at? I think I reposted it, right? Oh, maybe I replied. It's a reply. It's a reply. But yeah, there's Buck Nasty right there. Shout out Stank. Where is this shit? Damn, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff this morning, huh? I thought I commented on it, unless they took it down. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at, they deleted it. Why'd they delete the post? Must have got a cease and desist or some shit. That's crazy. That's crazy they had to delete the post. So documenting Bitcoin. Oh, they just deleted it and reposted it or some shit? Yeah, that's what they did. But yo, look, this is what's going crazy right now. So we have 5 days essentially until the inauguration where there's going to be a new president brought in to reality, that president being Trump. Okay, so a lot of things are shaking up. You got your guy here, Gary Gensler. He went on CNBC this morning. Actually watched this and I was like, damn, this dude is different. But what's funny is that yesterday was doomsday for Bitcoin. It was doomsday because people, again, Jamie Dimon came out of nowhere and said Bitcoin was for fucking scammers and money laundering. And it's like 2025, bro. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, nobody is doing that. Like, a lot of people are trying to attach their Bitcoins to real world assets. And, you know, again, like the property conversation about cryptocurrency, what is it? Right? Fuck what Jamie Dimon is saying people use it for. The real conversation is, what is it for? Right? You can use some things for a lot of different things. You know, I can use a tissue to blow my nose or wipe my ass. You know, whichever way I want to use that item is how I'm going to use it. But the tissue is there for, like, you know, it's a soft object. A soft object to wipe with, right? And that's kind of like Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is just another representation of a lot of different cryptos, but it's the super solid store of value. It's the most simplistic way to explain it to everyone on planet Earth. So I do think, again, we're seeing a lot of weird backpedaling right now on Bitcoin because it's the new year. And if you look at a lot of trends, the beginning of every year is always sketchy, and then it gets better. Where's it at? Right, we predicted Bitcoin at 50K back in August of 2024. We knew that shit. Or no, my bad. January. Maybe it was August. My bad. August 2023 is when we were like, oh, Bitcoin going to 50K right here. So you're right here right now. You could have been back here, but you weren't. I mean, maybe you were. Maybe you're a Xenian and you're following me. But I do have a lot of new people. Shout out to all the new people that are pulling up to the stream. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, say what's up, join the community, however you feel. But yeah, if you're just tuning in and you're here and you missed out on the last 3 years of Bitcoin action to get to here, this has all been bubbling. Like this whole portion of Bitcoin right here between 2000, see it again, like January 23 to here, January 23, we popped off, right? It was doomsday up until the holiday because, again, in 2022, we still had that narrative, people selling the holidays. But if you were positive on Bitcoin, that was a buy, right? Then you switch the scenarios where someone's like, hey, I'm only buying Bitcoin, or I'm selling my Bitcoin because everyone else is. That's a buy opportunity for the believers. Everyone else is selling, right? So go ahead, sell. At some point, we're going to reach a medium. So down here, we can see that this is the 42. It's a special support and resistance key metric indicator on your RSI. I recommend getting it on your RSIs. I like the 42. 42 is also a very spiritual numerology number. So it's a good number. But yeah, so you see it came down to the 42 on the RSI, and it literally hasn't returned. It's been up and to the right the whole time. So we are in a weird ass zone because we're not in 2022 where everybody was selling because there was nothing, right? Another thing that there was no ordinals in Bitcoin. So the second coming of Bitcoin really was after this candle. Pretty much everything that happened from here this way, like you had to be there for it, because to explain it, it doesn't really make any sense, right? Like, why did Bitcoin go to 73,000 in 2021, right? Like, that question is because of what happened this way. So when it recovered the second time around, this is a new era in Bitcoin. Essentially, we should put that there. Let's go ahead. Yeah, that's why everything 2022 and that way, bro, the other way, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Bro, that's classic cryptocurrency world. Like, you're never going to see these gains again. These gains in Bitcoin, they're going to go to the banks and to the politicians. They're not going to go to the people, because it's the people coin. But to get to where we are today, turn off these lines. to get to here, it took a lot of, again, confusion and understanding and infrastructure building. And do we get this again in Bitcoin? Probably not. Again, it's built. All of the holders are right in this zone. I mean, listen, like they're all right here, bruh. You might be able to say something like, hey, man, I got into Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. But again, it's just a good asset to hold because still one Bitcoin could represent one house or one Bugatti. One Bitcoin, one Bugatti. One Bitcoin, one 3-bedroom townhome in Baltimore or some shit. It's kind of how I'm thinking of it. That sounds super expensive if Bitcoin keeps going up, right? It's like, damn, one Bitcoin. What if we take that city and cut it in half and 0.5 Bitcoins for a 3-bedroom townhome? I'm telling you, these are the conversations that are going to start coming up because we're at the end of the road of what is property. There's not a lot of things we can say, like what is ours, like what do we own? You know, and that's the biggest thing I got from this holiday season, hanging out with people not in crypto. They don't really have anything left to trade, right? The homies are trading haircuts. Some people are trading skills like in nursing. Some people are trading cooking skills, right? And the game is getting narrow. It's shrinking. Some homies are still slinging the DJ skills, you know? So it's like, what do we do next to try to own houses and, you know, own a business? I got homies now trapping Pilates. I actually have homies trapping out the Pilates. It's literally called Trap House. Shout outs. You should check it out if you want to check it out. Homegirl Wheezy. She trapping out the Pilates at Trap House. But what do you call it? Yeah, like everyone's running out of things to trap. Like, what are you gonna do? Trap music? What are you gonna do? Trap weed, you know, or drugs or whatever? Like, again, what Jamie Dimon is saying is not facts. Let's just try to bring that up real quick. What he's saying is hilarious because that's why the Bitcoin was invented, was for a new form of property. Like he's saying Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. It's used heavily by sex traffickers, money launderers, and ransomware. That's his words. Like, he gonna flip the script, bro, because he's gonna have JP Morgan owning your Bitcoins. And that's when it's gonna have value, when he owns them. So you choose your poison on whatever you want to believe. Again, I think the best way to understand this thing called Bitcoin is that it's digital property. You own it. And eventually the banks will want you to own it with them. Right? They're going to try to get a bunch of these, but the problem is it's actually smarter in their business logic for you to bring your Bitcoins to Jamie Dimon. Right? The business logic of Jamie Dimon here is so smart. If he keeps telling all you brain dead, you know, or, you know, if you tell, I'm sorry, all you brain dead idiots out there is pretty much what you are now if you don't really understand or believe in the Bitcoin, or just like say, okay, the Bitcoin is the way. All right. You need to get to that part. You need to get a group of friends that are all saying that the Bitcoin is the way. Okay. Because once you get that through, then you'll see that, again, what they're saying is trying to get you and your friends into the bank. It's much easier for JP Morgan to take 100 Bitcoins from their customers than it is for them to go out and buy it and push the market against themselves. That's BlackRock. Okay, BlackRock needs insurance. MicroStrategy needs insurance, bro. This very smart way that they're handling the way that this market is pushed. So again, you can do your research. I would say a lot of the best research in Bitcoin is going to be prior to 2022. Any of that history in 2022, that's pretty much why we're here today, and why, again, Trump is coming into office in 5 days with the most pro crypto Congress to ever see America. And again, the other fucking fucked up head thing about Bitcoin is that it's priced in dollars. It's almost like the world didn't want to price the Bitcoin in anything else. Or I have this theory where the dollar has always been dominant, or whatever is dominant, whatever like knighted the dollar to be the dollar that power or that entity is what is like the value. One of my favorite stories in money is the Knights Templar story, and how like before people knew, like, well, look, if you don't know, the very first ledger, yes, crypto is a ledger as well. So is the bank, right? They keep your money, they keep track of it. You put in $10, you spend $5, you got $5 left. Like that's what the bank is doing for you. Like bookwork, they're your ledger. So in the beginning stages of ledgers, you know, there's this, you know, issue because people would get robbed and they actually physically had gold on them. Like, you know, they're trying to go to a different kingdom and then they would get robbed. So what's awesome about this like beginning stage of what is a ledger was the Knights Templar, which was a religious order, military order. They helped people travel and protected them from the goons on their way to another castle. And you pay them for that shit. And what happened was they started to create like books on every castle of like these rich motherfuckers that were just moving around Europe and shit. And in the world in general, because the Knights Templar, they were all over the world. So you could go to a whole other kingdom, and if they had Templar ledgers, you were lit. You were like, oh shit, I'm rich over here. So the ledger is what is the most important aspect of the control, right? And I still have this theory in my head. Like, you know, this all started in the power of like the mind, right? The Knights Templar said they walked in the name of God. God sent us here to hold your money, right? So I really enjoy this origin story because it's like, yo, people really just gave up their gold to some niggas in silver because they say God sent me here to hold your bag, bro. You want to go to the other kingdom and not die or get robbed, bro? You throw up some gold coins. All right, we're gonna teleport your bitch ass to the next kingdom, and then we're gonna document it, right? So that's why, again, I think wherever we're moving from, or whatever the energy was that brought this ideology of value, because people, I mean, again, it's like gold. It's like, I mean, people used to also think like goats, tomatoes, all that shit was like value and shit. So I think this is very strategic by the bank. Look how evil this dude looks. Evil. It's very strategic plan for the banks to get you to put your crypto inside of it. And it's very strategic for the government to corner us to do that because we don't have the education on how we own it ourselves. And that's why, again, Bitcoin is it's a Cold War fight against the people and the state. Because, yeah, the state is very strategic on how they're introducing this and educating people on it. And again, we're in the new world. You see, and there's a new structure being built here. How high it goes, who knows? I mean, I'm still thinking I have I'm confident we're going to is at least 500,000. I don't know what that is on Bitcoin. So this is what I mean though. Here, we'll do something fun, which is we'll do a price range. So from 2022 to where I think we're headed is a 2,000% increase from 3,600 to 500,000. Now, if we were to zoom out of here and go all the way to the beginning of the bits, and then we were to go to where it floored, this was a 700,000% increase. All right, 700,000%. So from that new era bottom, so we're gonna call that 2022 and till today. What is that? January 2026. What is this? Damn, that makes sense. January, the year's 2034, right before it's 2035, when everybody's cars have to be electric. 10 years from now, You gotta have EV. Where's the top though? Here we're gonna grab one of these lines because this structure is already fucked. No way. This is some moon math Bitcoin shit right here. Holy moly. Imagine though, $11 million or 111 million for one Bitcoin. If it follows the same like path. If it's mustering the same energy it had from 2009. It's up to you to make that debate if you think it's like really like that. I don't think it's like that, but that's pretty cool to see. That'd be awesome. $111 million Bitcoin. Like, what the hell is that? Like, unimaginable. But so was $100,000 Bitcoin. So, you know, what is reality if like this is the facts. Like, there was people who really dead ass did not believe Bitcoin could go to 100K when it was down here at $3. They dead ass could not see 10 years into the future. They dead ass were this thing I'm starting to notice out here. This is what I'm noticing out here. So many brain dead idiots on this app now. Everyone here is like half Tin Man and half Scarecrow. Everybody wants heart and a brain. I don't think you can have both, bro. I think you can only go with one. And if you want to have both, you got to work on it. And unfortunately, if you're just now getting to Bitcoin after 2022, you might just want to go with your brain. Don't go with your heart. That's what this is right here. This is some fucking hopium. 111 million. Fuck your ideology, you bitch motherfuckers. If it can get to that, wow. But do I think it can get there? Hell no. That's so much. I don't even know what the Bitcoin market cap would have to be. Let me see. Let's ask Grok. Let's see. How big would the Bitcoin market cap have to be for the price to be 111 million? To calculate the market cap of Bitcoin to reach 111 million per coin, we need to consider the total supply of Bitcoin, which is 21 million. The formula for the market cap is market cap equals price per coin times the total supply. So for Bitcoin to be 11 million USD, for it to be worth 111 million per coin, the market cap would need to be hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, quadrillion. Okay, cool. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, for it to be 100 million, we would need 2.3 quadrillion market cap, which is just fucking crazy. I mean, if they plan on printing money forever, it would make a lot of sense too, because it'd be like, oh, money's still printing, so Bitcoin's still going up in price, because we're 10 years later into the future and people are still recycling their inflation of their dollars into Bitcoin, and it's just, you know, that's the new thing going up. Which is a crazy, I mean, that's also, you know, that could be a narrative. You know, I mean, there's a lot of brain dead people on this planet Earth who might keep buying in on that. The pain, but they might do it, you know. And again, I'm just over here speculating on Bitcoin, because again, I think this is a shakeout. What's happening right here, just like the title says, they're shaking you out of Bitcoin. They're trying to make sure that you don't think of it like a real asset. They want to make sure that you stay with this notion that it's not your property. They want to keep you down so that you give your Bitcoins to this guy. Okay, they want you to do that. There's also another dude, what is it, Gary Gensler. I ran away from that little bit there, but yeah, the Gensler is rolling back on his statements now to kind of look like he's going pro Bitcoin, right? But he's like spearheading this conversation here. You could take it how you. I'm gonna play it real quick so you can hear it. But he's spearheading this conversation here. Like it's not like to me like he's about to open up a boot camp. he about to start a paid program. The Gensler pack coming soon, bruh. Listen to this. Listen to this.
You wanted to separate Bitcoin from the rest of the industry, and I'm wondering whether you're actually warming to the idea of at least Bitcoin, and whether again people are tweeting you that I said you either stood in the way of an extraordinary industry or were utterly unable to prevent a massive bubble. What do you think the future holds? Do you have a feeling on which it is? Do you think Bitcoin has inherent value and is a store of value? Or do you feel that when we look back on it 10, 15, 20 years from now, it's going to be something from the 18th century with tulips?
Joe, it's hard to predict. I really do like you because I know that you think I'm going to out you think negatively on many of these altcoins. You, Joe, but
right.
in terms of Bitcoin,
bro, you see that right there? He's trying to draw his lines. He's like, yo, Joe, you know I don't fuck with altcoins. In your terms, Joe, you're trying to tell me that I don't like crypto when really I'm telling you I don't fuck with altcoins. That's literally what this guy is saying right here. And then he goes into this, because let me tell you the coin that I fuck with, okay?
We at the SEC have never said it's a security.
Well,
I have not.
What do you think? You taught at MIT. I think you know. I think you got to have some kind of feeling. You've read the books, Bitcoin Standard.
Yeah.
He's read the books. He's read the Bitcoin Standard. He's like, look at this grin on this fool's face. Hold on, zoom in on this. God, I can't work it. Look at the grin on this dude's face. Look at the Gens. He's like, yeah. I talked about it at MIT. Yeah. I read the Bitcoin Standard. Yeah. Dude, we're getting it. We're getting the next play. I'm telling you, classic crypto 2022 and behind.
I think that Bitcoin is a highly speculative, volatile asset, but with
volatile asset, bro. Highly speculative, volatile asset, bro. He is going crazy.
7 billion people around the globe.
Then he says 7 billion people, bro. I've heard this before.
7 billion people want to trade it.
7 billion people want to trade it.
Just like we do have gold for 10,000 years.
We got gold for 10,000 years.
We have Bitcoin. It might be something else in
it might be
the future as well. Right. These other thousands of projects.
This nigga said these other thousands of projects. Gary, I'm fighting you. I can't wait to see Gary at a crypto conference. I'm going to be shilling Zen to this motherfucker. If he like Bitcoin and you don't like the other thousands projects, well, Gary, I got one for you. It has a big X on it.
Need to show their use case and show.
He got to pause with his hands. He got to stop doing that.
That they actually have fundamentals underlying them, or they won't persist, Joe.
Oh, my God.
They need to have fundamentals that underline them, or they won't persist. What is Gary opening up today is the biggest question of this whole thing. Like when he promoted it on X to be like, hey, I'm about to go on CNBC, you should pull up. And then he came out with this comment. It felt very orchestrated to me. Like it just felt like both people were like, we're gonna get this out today. You know, cabal-y. You know, I'm in a cabal, so I think this is very cabal-y.
And that's Bitcoin. Where the public. That's why the public needs disclosure.
That's what it's.
I don't.
You love
I've
it.
never owned.
You love it. You don't like those other coins.
I've never owned any of these, and I've been consistent for 7 or 8 years on this.
Well, now you can't because you won't be a SEC chair anymore.
That was the icing on the cake right there. This part right here. Listen in.
On this.
Well, now you can't because you won't be a SEC chair anymore.
Look at that smirk, bro. Bro, Bro, he's getting ready to shill his Gary Gensler. I was the chair of the SEC, and now I believe in Bitcoin. I am Satoshi Nakamoto. Joke's on you, America. Fuck. But yeah, this is like, it's crazy, bro. This is a traditional shill of how you get people into Bitcoin. Straight up. Because again, the thing that doesn't make any sense, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now about this, like, well, what is the future of Bitcoin if this is just a shakeout of a mental set, like a mental mindset? Because you see, we're on the 42 right now on the daily. Bitcoin hasn't gone below it. When I was zoomed out before, we were on the monthly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this 42 is a highly respected piece of work. You can look at the weekly on Bitcoin, and you can also see if you go, is this the weekly? Yeah. Oh, that's the weekly. I mean, 6 months chart. So in the 6 month chart, this is why Bitcoin looks like crazy weird, because it's extremely overbought for what it is. That's why, like, theoretically, it needs another reset. But it's like, if it starts to reset right now, it's just, you know, again, I don't think we're going back to where it started, because that took a lot of energy to get it to where it is today. So it just doesn't seem, again, practical. You know, I do see like a little bit more of a sell-off coming for Bitcoin. And that's why, again, I'm telling y'all, be prepared like for the next like month or so for things to be weird in crypto, for there to be a lot of weird shit. Like, everyone thinks it's going to pump because of Trump, but usually that's what sets up the dumps. You know what I'm saying? It's usually dumps follow the news, right? The time the market pumped was when Trump got shot in the ear. Once that fool got shot in the ear, Bitcoin pumped. Like, we could literally go back to that day. I think it was like July 17th. I think that's the day the market turned around. Yeah, like the market, we got to go back to July. So yeah, you see Bitcoin had hit an all-time high in March, and then it was denied again in May. And then we went into June, which was over, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts to go back to all-time highs last year in Bitcoin. So it was over. Oh, it was finito. It's right now. This shit dead, right? Everyone trying to figure out, well, maybe you know, Trump's gonna talk at the Bitcoin conference and it'll pump the chart. So you see this like stagnation right here, which was the Bitcoin Trump situation, right? Trump talks at the Bitcoin magazine conference and literally doesn't promote Bitcoin. Actually does a lot of political stances of like, vote for me, I'm going for, you know, president. So the market didn't really respond to that well, because again, we want Trump to pump our bags. A lot of people are pro-Trump in crypto, let's be honest, because they want him to pump their bags, not because they fuck with his notions and his ideologies. Like, there's actually tons of people just pushing Trump as like the puppet to be, you know, the face of their agenda. We all know this. And that's why, again, when it was down bad, no one knew what to believe in. You scoot over to the 15th, or was it the 14th? Here, let's see, when did Trump get shot? I mean, he got shot at twice, so I gotta, okay. Yeah, see, July 13th, 2024. So the market only responded back right here. Where's it at? July 13th. See? We was dead, bro. We was dead, bro. And then Trump got shot in the ear and motherfuckers pumped the market. There was no reason for Bitcoin to pump. They were like, oh, they're voting in Trump now for sure. He got shot in the ear. Like, that's why it's so crazy. And then they sold it off again because that was just an easy psychology play. Oh, Trump got shot in the ear. He's about to get, you know, you might as well get some Bitcoins before it's too late. And you get one more sell off before it's like, the believers saying, bro, we're really believing in this. Like, Trump just got shot in the ear. And now we're here. Right. And now we're in this area where yesterday Trump has said the same thing. He said, if you go and look, I mean, you could just go to X. They're documenting this shit really well. Let's see if it's here. I saw it yesterday. What? Oh, we got some brand new shit. This fool saying, far from long, we are relieving tax relief on our great people using the IRS. Through soft and pathetically weak trading agreements, the American economy has delivered growth and prosperity to the world while taxing ourselves. It is time for a change, and I am today announcing that I will create an external revenue service to collect our tariffs, duties, and all revenue that comes from foreign sources. Wow. I mean, yeah. It's kind of funny though. Like, they literally waited for this dude to come in and like start flipping all these switches and shit. But he said something yesterday that got the market bullish today. About how his it's like first day in office tomorrow. He's gonna, or like when he gets in, the first thing he's gonna do is handle crypto. So we're seeing positive numbers right now because people are, again, in this psychological play on Bitcoin that the government is going to save it. I'm not in that battle right now. I'm just telling you, as a person that's in crypto, it's not bad to own the Bitcoin because it's going to be a property conversation. And if you don't have any, you won't be in that conversation. It's literally like owning a house in America. Like, if you don't own a house in America, you're not going to be in a property conversation. You're not going to be talking about that shit because you're a renter, right? If you don't own a car and you rent cars, or you drive Uber, or you ride in Ubers, you don't really have a way or a say inside of what it is for car culture in America because you don't drive a motherfucking car. Okay, so I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with Bitcoin. If you don't have a nice size of ownership in your portfolio, you're simply not in the conversation. And you could be if you're a fan, right? Maybe you love crypto so much you don't need to own it. Knowing about it is ownership, right? And if that's the case, you should be probably very bullish and working towards owning, because I think that's the dumbest shit you could ever say. Oh, I know about it, so I don't need to own it. I do that all the time with Zen. Like in Zen, I had to change my philosophy of like, no, I need to own this. Like, yeah, I have mints, but this is why it's okay to buy Zen, because I need to be an owner of it. Regardless to if other people decide that they want to mint it and sell it, right? This is a brand new Bitcoin where it has the opportunity to put in the energy, 10 years later, flip the script on everybody, right? So I'm not really worried, again, about like having enough Zen. I'm just more focused on owning it. Like, and you can own it in your mental space, but it's nothing like owning it in your physical space. Same goes for XEN, right? I'm on my Epoch 2 wallet right now. So this is doing pretty well. Ever since the we changed difficulty. So this wallet started right when the difficulty changed. And it was twice as hard to make your XENblocks. So this has almost been running. Well, yeah, let's see. September, October, November, December, January. So yeah, 5 months this wallet has been running, and it's already in the top 400. And that's why, again, it's like, yo, a lot of people are sleeping on things in the XENblocks or in the Zen world, you know, and I get it. You're still trying to figure out if you should just even own Bitcoin. And that's kind of why, again, like, I think if you really focus on the Bitcoin and really put a lot of daily education behind it and watch how politically it's moving, this is your way out. Like, for real, like, this could be your whole family's way out of this debacle world now that, again, we have literally the Gensler getting ready to come in and try to tell your uncle to buy his book, bro. What are you going to do about that? Damn, Trump will love PTGC. For real. It takes the cabal to know the cabal. What's up, Rolando? What up, Brian? I see you, Savon, in the chat. Zenthusiast. What's up, y'all? But yeah, that's just my little twos on Bitcoin. Don't get shook out. keep your ear to the street. This is the most dominant player in our game. And again, I think you should be working towards a lifestyle of owning one. That should be a goal of yours. I'm gonna get one Bitcoin, right? And if people go, you're mad, bro, in the overall crypto market, it is the biggest bag. $1.8 trillion market cap. Underneath that is Ethereum. And that shit going to zero. Right? It's the world's computer, so it's about cheap computers have to be cheap. Computers cannot be expensive. Right? Every year computers get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So I think they took the wrong approach. I don't think you want to be a world computer. I like what Solana and XOON is building, which is a network effect. Right? This is like laying cables. This isn't about a computer that works like it's from the 80s. This is spaceship technology and activities. Got Tron coming in at number 10, Cardano. These are the trust fund babies. XRP, another trust fund baby. BNB, another trust fund baby. Hell yeah. But yeah, looking at Zen, I'm gonna transition here. So yeah, again, Bitcoin's cool, it works, but what we want to find ourselves in eventually is in a project that's gonna redo that energy. And again, I don't think there's many projects out there. I don't actually think anything in the top 10 is gonna repeat Bitcoin, because again, it came before 2022. The only way you could really impress me now is if you're like a Zen coin, which comes after 2022. Right? I don't know why it happened that way. That's why, maybe Pulse Chain is gonna pop off, because it comes after 2022. It's releases in 2023. It's releasing with base chain optimism. There's a lot of good blockchain. Sui came out 2023. Ton. I mean, they were around, but they weren't like out. Now they're like out. I think Shiba Inu dropped their Shibarium in 2023. Right, Pepe 2023, Hyperliquid 2024, Aptos 2023. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of if you don't know, you don't know, and there's still so much energy in these two. But where am I gonna find Bitcoin 2.0? Right? You're gonna need to know this shit. Like, you want something that came after people realized they were late to Bitcoin. Right? It took a lot of energy for people to realize, oh shit, I'm fucking late. And then again, when we look at it, if I want to see Bitcoin do what it did, I'm looking at $111 million per Bitcoin. So how real is that for me to be here today in 2022 and get the Bitcoin effect that everyone else got up to the point that I found out about it? Right? You go look for the other coins that can do the 700,000%. Why? Because what did Gary just say? Gary literally just said this. Here, I'm gonna go back.
7 billion people want to travel around the globe. 7 billion people want to trade it, just like we do have gold for 10,000 years. We have Bitcoin. It might be something else in the future as well. Right. These other thousands of projects need to show their use case and show that they actually have fundamentals underlying them.
I'm buying this guy's book. They have to show that they have, again, fundamentals that underline them. Fundamentals that underline them. Right? Now that's what I'm saying. Bitcoin has such strong fundamentals that it's almost undeniable, like, for the planet Earth to be like, yeah, that's not oxygen. Or how I was saying in the periodic table, like, oh, that's hydrogen. That's Bitcoin is hydrogen. You need that shit. That's what starts the world. And every coin coming after Bitcoin has a little bit of it inside of it. Some have more of it than others, and some Again, that's why I'm like, if Bitcoin's a good noble gas, then we need a good noble solid. And that's kind of why, again, the Bitcoin doesn't, you would think that because this is the idea. It's like, yeah, Bitcoin is solid, but it's really not, because the blockchain is slow and it's owned mainly by the entity of the elite. So theoretically, Bitcoin is the worst hard money we could have as people, right? And there's something that the government did do that was pretty cool, which was inflation on the dollar, to keep economy going, right? Because it is true, like you do start kind of like a Pablo war if everybody is saying they want to keep the gold in their house. Fine, I'll go rob your house, right? So by having like this infinite paper value thing that we have literally today, like you're literally using this every time you're using the dollar, is an infinite printing thing, just like Zen. It's supposed to inflate by 2% every day, but we've gotten kind of into a wacky world where it inflates way more than it's supposed to inflate, right? So that's why I don't think Bitcoin is as sound as Zen in today's reality. Because with the inflation in Zen, it actually complements its stimulus, its attention to detail. If it didn't inflate daily or didn't have a quantum interaction of inflation, then it would simply be like every other token. But because it can inflate and people can push inflation for the next 8 years, it can be whatever it wants. But in about 8 years from now, there is something that's crazy about Zen. Share crypto. Doodaloo. Doodly. Dalla. Is this it right here? Yeah, so staking in Zen. From 1 to 1,000 days. So in the first 1,000 days of Zen, you can stake it and you can get more inflation, right? So that's kind of what's happening right now. Like we have this bottom zone where people are buying Zen and they're trying to stake it, and they're trying to, maybe they're not staking it because they're trying to time X1 chain, which is around the corner. So they're keeping it liquid. But there are some people, again, that are going full blown Zen fanatic. They think this is sounder than Bitcoin. They're staking it, and we can see it on the, we can see the stakers. And what this does, again, is this builds a new environment, which is just stakers. So you'll have mentors, you have buyers, and you have stakers who are hyper focused on this very positive notion in Zen, right? I'm the Zen Scientologist, so I know every corner of the ecosystem. But there's some people who could only focus on 1 or 2 or 3, because that's just what their brain capacity can handle. But in staking in Zen, which you can't do with Bitcoin, you can't just stake Bitcoin to a smart contract and create more Bitcoins. Not possible yet. Maybe somebody does it, but then they're donating the Bitcoins over. They're not being made from the blocks. Maybe they are. I don't know. But what's crazy about this is going to go down, right? And at some point at 1,530 days after zero, this inflation of staking is only going to be 2%. Now, this is like super duper important when you think of Zen, because that means, inflation from staking will end. Now, I forget what is, here, we could look at it real quick. We got the calculator. Dial up internet. Bitcoin is the AOL of blockchains. Yeah, that shit is the AOL of blockchains. Try this staking chart for all Zen chains. Yo, what's up, Yosef? Let me make you a moderator so you can post links. I got you wrenched. All right, so we go to 8. Oops, 8, and then 10, and 22. And we're 828 days into Zen World. What a ride. 2 years, 3 months, 6 days. Oh my goodness. It's been 118 weeks in the Zen World. So next week will be 119. That 119. Hey, there's some scary shit going on in here. What the fuck? These are some good numbers. These some good numbers here. Damn, Saturday the 18th. I DJ next week. Let's go. But yeah, let's see where the 15 or the 1600 day is. Was it 1620? I believe is what the white paper says. 1620. Of course, it's 316. So yeah, on March 16th, 2027. So in about 2 years from today, right? So if we go, today is 5/14/1. So you got 791 days till the Big Bang, right? And again, what this is this day is when Zen inflation is always 2% from staking, right? And by that time, let's see here. The AMP, I need a calculator. It's not this idea. I want to fucking say it out loud. Because where the AMP is going to be. So 3,000 minus 1620. Yeah, so 100 the AMP will be at 130 or 1,380. Let's go to ZenPub and go to their mining calculator. I think they have a mining calculator. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Zen calculator. And if we did max mint, I don't know what the terms will be, so we'll just say it's the same as today. And then we'll just say it's an average same user, so today, which is around 31,000. And the AMP will be at 138, no zeros. So like, yeah, when we get to that stage, you'll only be able to max mint 1.9 billion because of the AMP. So like there'll be way less, significantly less than in 2027. Way less, because you won't have these stakers constantly staking and unstaking, and adding inflation, and then it'll simply just be based on this, like how much does this max mint create, you know? And again, this goes down as the AMP goes down. This goes down, right? The only way this can go up is if the days go up, and the only way the days can go up is if the users go up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, again, users, days, AMP, all that stuff is what's controlling your Zen supply. And that's why we like stakers. We like the stakers, man. Again, hug a hexagon because they're the ones that develop the staking. I can't wait for 2% stake inflation. Try this one. What's this right here? Let me get rid of the console. Oop, I guess I can't. Can I get rid of this? Oh, this is your staking thing on your website. I see. So yeah, here you can see your ROI based on a month. Don't you have this on your site though? That's Yosef there. This is the developer of ZenPub. Love this dude's website. Oh, I guess this one's just more of something like that. I see you. But yeah, here you can see your Zen stakes and like what it would be. So the green bar is where we are. And this is where we're headed right now on base. It's like 15%. 1 month ROI is 1%. 100-day ROI is 4%. 1 year is 15. 500 days is 20%. Jeez. Yeah, why aren't you staking it? I mean, I guess I'm a bad one. I'm a bad one too, guys. I'm not staking for 1,000 days like I was in the beginning. I probably need to get back into that notion. It'd be really cool though if there was more staking development in Zen. I don't think that anyone's really brushing what it can really be. And again, it's probably because we're all hyper focused on X1 chain, which is around the corner. So some people don't want to lock their Zen in, because they're, today, again, I think we're speeding up Bitcoin. So when X1 is officially live and we're burning for it, right? When we start to burn for X1, the real burn, that is going to be a pinnacle moment in the whole era of Zen, because there's a world before the burn and the world after, right? So you're in the world before the burn. These are questions you should be asking yourself. Am I someone who wants to stake my Zen after the burn? Because if you're asking yourself that today before it, you're before the genesis of X1, you can find yourself already in 1,000-day ROIs before, again, we're getting into everyone else missing out. Here, let's go back to ETH. This is a good one. Shout out to Joseph. Yo, that trillion Zen stake. Bro, who is binging me? They want my attention. Hold on 1 second. They want my attention. And get my attention. So yeah, right now on ETH Zen, it's gonna change. The APY drops to 10% on March 26th. Right now, you can stake your ETH Zen. If you do a 1 day or a 1 month, you're gonna get almost 1%. If you do 100 days, you'll get 3%. If you do 1 year, you'll get 11. If you do 500, you'll get 15. And if you do 1,000, you'll get 30%. Right. And again, that's why I get it. Like, you might be out here saying to yourself, hey, I have my Zen for X1. But again, I don't think people are looking at Zen like we are looking at Bitcoin. I'm trying to relay the parallels that this was made a certain way and it cannot be duplicated. It's impossible to duplicate Bitcoin. You was not there. So don't believe anybody saying it's going to do it again. What will do Bitcoin again are fundamental projects built to replicate it. Built Ford tough. Okay? So that's kind of why, again, I feel it, bro. You're trying to hodl your Zen so you can have the best position because you ain't been burning or you ain't been burning Zen or making XENblocks. So you got to play the game the way you got to play the game. But yo, this is actually kind of crazy to think about that. Like, if you don't stake your Zen by March 26th for the next 1,000 days, because you know what time it is, right? You're going to be missing 3%. And then every, time you wait, you lose 3% more, bro. In this year alone, if you don't stake any Zen all year, because today's the day you're hearing about it. So if you don't start a mission today to start, again, hodling the hyperinflation, hodling it, while everyone else is saying Zen's dead, I ain't making no money, right? You bringing money to the ecosystem, saying my date is when it makes sense, what the white paper says, when the AMP is going against the grain, when the stake is going against the grain, when the blockchain is burning all the coins, right? So it's up to you, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4 chances this year to put a real stake in. And if you don't do it by 2025, well, in 2026, you can get 16% for your 1,000 days. And if you don't want to do it by 2026, again, like I said, 2007, 27, 27 again, you're only going to get 5% for your 1,000 days. Right. So you mean you've already fucked up because you should have been doing this since the 8th. But every time gas is low, that's a great time to put a stake in. And again, the stakes you can do Zen stakes on Zen.network. And let's see here. I think I have some Zen on this. Here, let me see. I don't think I have any ETH in my wallet though. Is it showing up? No. Okay, cool. What the fuck? Oop. Oop. Upside your head. Oops, upside your head. You giving too much stake in alpha. The people need to know. Oops. Upside your head. So I have some ETH over on another one. Here we go. Let me switch addresses real quick. Yeah, switch to this one. We got Zen over here. So like there's a few ways you can stake your Zen. Right? If you want to stake Zen, you can do it from this right here, which is called a vanilla stake. The vanilla stake was designed, in my personal opinion, so that you had a one-way in and one-way out experience. In the crypto world, there's a lot of different ways to stake, and they all are masked and developed with pie charts to hopefully bring your attention into something that you're going to believe in. But I love the way that Fair Crypto approached staking to keep it vanilla before they added the bells and whistles. So you can do a vanilla stake where all it is it's you, the smart contract, your Zen, your terms. Once you start this stake, you can end this stake, right? So when you do a vanilla stake, you can end whenever you want, and there's no penalty because it's a vanilla stake. Like it's on you. Like if you can wait your 1,000 days, you know what I'm saying, and get, you know, your real ROI, which is, again, we're saying here on this is from Yosef. So if I do my 1,000 days right now, I'm getting that 30%. You get me? And it says 11%, but we're talking about compound interest over the next 3 years. So you're getting that together. Where's it go? Where'd it go? It's right here. So yeah, and then you can end this. So like a lot of people like to go this way because this is like keeping your shoes on in the ocean. Just in case you got to run up out of there. I don't know why. You got your shoes on in the ocean, but you got your shoes on in the ocean. Taking your shoes off and really starting to nurture your stakes would be making xeNFTs. So up here in this URL bar, you're going to have xeNFT. You're going to see a torrent and a stake. Now, the torrent is so you can make xeNFTs. Like you can mint, you know, yourself a new Zen mint. But the staking is going to be where you can stake your Zen. So what I'm going to do is I'll stake a Billy. I don't know how much the stake is going to cost actually, but we'll see if I can do it. I only say that because I don't know if I have enough gas on this account. Gas is pretty cheap right now though. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions. All right, do 1,000 days. So if I stake this right now, you'll see I'm gonna get 301 million Zen, and it'll be matured on October 11th, 2027. Right, so I'm gonna get my billion Zen back, and I'm gonna get 301 million. So right now, what is crazy is if you go and do the math on this, the moon math don't make no sense for you. Right, let's go ahead and do 103. Right, $36, bro. Wow, a whole $36 at these all-time lows. So yeah, it doesn't sound desirable, but again, when you put the philosophy behind it that Zen is deflationary, it is replicating Bitcoin, and it does represent fundamental value, because again, you're owning things that you're creating. Not many projects have that. A lot of projects don't want you to truly own the narrative. There's someone in the middle in your narrative. Every project, show me one right now that does not have a main character in between you and potential price action. The only main character syndrome that's going on in Zen is X1 chain, but theoretically it doesn't need X1. The tokenomics are great. Anyone can develop a blockchain. We could have 7 blockchains on top of Zen. And they all could suck, right? It just so happens to be that we're working on the best one ever. But there could be 7 that suck. And again, that's why it's like funny. Like, yeah, you're not going to have a lot now, but in 2027, you should have a good amount, if it all makes sense. There was a moment in time when Zen was trading at that price. Oh, wow. Look at this mint. Can y'all see this? Okay, cool. So yeah, right now for me to mint this 1,000, I'm about to do it right now. This NFT is going to cost me $2.24 at the Gwei price of 11. So we'll go ahead and sign this. This is almost like I like what Joseph is saying here. Like if Bitcoiners could have had the chance to actually, be able to say, hey, I'm going to put away some Bitcoins for 2025. I'm going to go stake them on a smart contract under my custody. Let's see here. Did it go? What is it processing? What is it processing? Oh, I just approved it. Okay, hold on. That was just an approval. Fuck me. I gotta put in the real one. All right, there we go. Oh shit! Darn it! Fuck. So it is more expensive than I thought. Darn it! I thought it was $2. But it's 55, and I don't have enough gas in this wallet. Sad. What would it be if it was at 2? If I could have caught it at 2. Let's see. Damn. So damn. All right. I'm going to focus on this more because this is what I'm saying. I'm not a good Zenian when it comes to staking. I want to be better at it because it's the fact, like, you're going to be able to put away Zen in your own custody. You won't have to stake it to anyone else or anything else. And then when the time comes in 2027, you can play the game how you want to play it. But it looks like if we can get 2 Gwei again, that is the super soft spot. We'll see what 5 is like. Yeah, at 5, it's $22. At 4, it's $18. So we missed that window by fucking sitting on our hands. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna get better at that one because I've been sitting on my motherfucking hands, baby. And these are some great lows right now, yo. Like, yo, if everyone wants to keep selling, like, thank you. Again, I don't think we're actually having that though. I've drawn a line. This $15 million range in Zen for me is a special point, but you can see we're underneath the 42, and today's sell pressure or buy pressure because the market is positive has Zen going the opposite direction. So yeah, these days, right? Think of it like this too. If you can't mint Zen because you can't afford to mint it, you can literally buy it and then just stake it. Right? Like that's a super strategy because if you have everything right, I had tweeted about this a couple days ago. That's why, yo, follow me on X, bro, if you want the fucking Zen Alpha. But I had posted that, like, you probably want to be getting Zen in this climate. Like, this is your climate. There's not a lot of times to get Zen and get in, like, you see what I mean? Like, the climate changed just a little bit, and now staking is $55 instead of $20. Right? And if ETH isn't going to 0, or this isn't ETH is going back to 5,000, then that staking price is getting higher because of the ETH price, right? And I think there's gonna be a lot of different things we could do. Again, people can set up gasless networks and things like that to unstake the XEN for a tiny fee to someone else to pay the fee type shit. But yeah, so these days where we're seeing 4, 5, 3, 6 Gwei days, like these should be stake XEN days. And I know they're fucking not. No one's really thinking about that because they're all still trying to figure out if X1 chain's coming out. So if we go back to XenPub, also don't forget to mint forever. Sorry guys, we're going all the way in right now. I'm telling all the truths. There's only 19 people here though. That doesn't mean Zen world has gotten really small because there's a lot of people whose brains can't handle like what we cooking. Like it's literally way too beyond their thought pattern. Like there's so many moving parts, and every moving part they have a complaint about it. They're like, oh, XENblocks, like I'm too late because there's already tons of people mining it. It's like, yeah, you're fucking waiting till this shit says 100,000 blocks have been mined before you start spinning up a thing, and then you're gonna tell everybody how you knew about it. Right? Those days are done, bro. The days of I knew about it and I didn't make action, we're done with those. We got this thing called XEN. We're making action right now. In traffic right now. Another thing I was just telling okay, so yeah, here's something we can show real quick. So we got solXEN going up right now. Where's the TG at? There it is. So I had just told everyone in Emoji Dracula, I was like, yo, y'all might want to think about solXEN because everyone is sleeping on it, and I think it's going to be a part of the auction. And I only am saying this because they flipped the way that VMPX is working. So I'll explain that in a second. But yo, if you want to get in on Solana right now, this shit is lit. Join the Discord. I'm not the Discord, the Telegram for Emoji Dracula. We just introduced a fucking AI bot into the Tree City West did it. He introduced an AI bot that's now like alive, and people can generate images inside of our Telegram. So they're generating images right now with the bot. It's all Tree City West though. He's running the GPUs, the local system. So shout outs to him for doing this. And again, this is just another representation of how Zen world just doesn't stop moving, bro. We moving for a long time, bro. And that's why I was saying, yo, I saw solXEN bump underneath the 42. I said, hey, we were here before and it recovered. And I was like, yo, I think I'm going to start buying some solXEN right here because I don't think people understand it. And I don't think they understand how this one is connected to the SVM. You know, like this is the XEN connected to the SVM, not the ETH XEN. This is the one connected to Bitcoin. This one's connected to Solana. Bitcoin. Solana. It's not that hard, you know, and that's why I was like, yo, I'm gonna get some of this right now. And then as soon as the market turned around, I got my little candle, you know, I'm up right now and I'm happy. Same thing happened with Emoji Dracula. We had some people, you know, they stopped believing. What did it do? Right? It came close to that 42 because this one's a little bit more sensitive because the sellers are community members. So technically, if you're selling on your community and they're not selling with you, then you're just, you know, you're giving everyone a better discount. So which is great. You know, some people, they're over leveraged. They have too much risk in Emoji Dracula. So they're like, I need to limit my risk. So they're using all-time highs as like a good time to exit to redistribute the coins out, you know, to everyone. And that's why, again, I think Emoji Dracula is just getting started. Its real run will come in March. It'll come post X1. This is like getting a XEN coin in the before the burn phase of XEN. Like, were you there? Like, did you get the fucking Emoji Dracula? Like how people in the other world are like, I got Bitcoin Cash back in the day. I got Polkadot, right? Gavin Woods. The Gavin Woods coin from Ethereum, the derivative. What else is out there? Litecoin, the Charlie, whatever his name was, the derivative. So they're all here in your face already. It's just there's all these other gangs trying to run that shit. And again, I think it's a smart play. Yeah, and again, Emoji Dracula's on fire, bro. We've already burned 19.3 million tokens every time it trades. So that's another thing about Emoji Dracula. Every time someone sells off and we recover, it burns coins. The sell-off burns a lot of coins because they're selling a lot. And then once we start to pump, a lot starts to burn again because it's being bought up. Shout out to Emoji Dracula, man. Shit is fucking on 10. But oh yeah, we'll give another shout out, XenCat. So XenCat is retracing right now. And what's crazy about XenCat is it doesn't burn. It's actually just a fan coin. A lot of Xenians, this is like another one of those if you pre-burn Zen coins, right? SolXEN, XenCat, Emoji Dracula. Then there's also Potato Vampire. You don't see that one as much anymore. Maybe that one revives once one of these. You just need one to send. That's what it is. We just need one to send. That's why, again, I'm bullish on SolXEN because that's the one that Jack can send for us because it's attached to XOON. The rest of these coins are not. Like XenCat is not. Unless they decide to be like, hey, we're going to enable it so you can burn all kinds of coins for XN, which would be awesome. I would hope that they would, and then maybe you have to apply it like your brand to be a part of the burn. And for sure, Emoji Dracula would show up in that shit. XenCat would show up in that. SolXEN would show up in that, and that's why I'm bullish on SolXEN. So the reason I'm coming up with that conclusion is because VMPX, Jack has stated that VMPX is no longer going to be used as a bridge. I mean, it's a bridge, but it's not a bridge like they thought it was going to be because everything became much more complicated. So now VMPX is turned into a burn coin, or you can burn this coin in the moon parties for XN coins. So this is just another coin out there for people to scoop up and provide themselves with more, XN. So I'm watching this one. This one, again, it lives on Ethereum. It's highly owned a lot by a lot of good. I mean, look at the buys on here. It's just really big buys are going in over there. The other one you have is Zone or X1. This one, it is what it is. Like, this one's actually pretty funny because its token supply is based on how many people minted it, and a lot of people. Oh yeah. It's like 1 million supply, but not all of the coins got minted because not everybody went to like claim their X1. This thing has 13,000 holders. It's kind of crazy. Zen stake deployer. Somebody sent 500. Oh wait, what the fuck? Hold on a second. That's wild. Cause yeah, now I remember the days. So they had put half of it into damn, yeah, this is such a funny one. They put half of it into an unknown wallet, and then the rest were available for people to mint. So what you see here, though, is it's funny because this didn't actually have a name before, but now it has a name, and it's the staking deployer wallet. So that's pretty funny to see. Yeah, contract creator, Zen staking deployer. That's cool. Jack always doing something funny. Transfer. Scamdestroyer.eth. Lols. But yeah, don't sleep on these floating Zen coins, because they're the ones that are gonna, mean something. Maybe Jack even makes it so you can burn DXN. How about that? Won't you guys be so horny again for it, or what? Or is it dead? Now that if Jack now introduced it, is it too late? Is it just too dead now or something? Wow, imagine. Would you run back to DXN if Jack really announced that, like, all right, we're gonna allow teams to sign up to burn their coins for X1. But I guess actually this one wouldn't work. I don't know. We'll have to see, actually. He said this thing about, now that I'm really thinking about it, though, he said that about VMPX, but it doesn't have a burn in the contract, I don't think. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't think this has a I burn redeem code. This is just a normal ass thing. Yeah, this is just normal. So yeah, maybe he could do everything because everyone would just be sending it to a dead address. And I guess like if you're okay with sending it to a dead address and like you signed the transaction, I mean you signed it. You said you didn't care. He said, I don't care. Send that shit to the dead address, bro. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, those are key things to watch out for. But yeah, Emoji Dracula is doing numbers, man. It's up. It's gonna be up next. Y'all sleeping. Stop bibbling. You want to be a vampire. For real. My man Yosef was going crazy. Vanilla stakes can be closed before maturity without penalty, and staking's NFTs which remain locked until maturity. Staking's NFTs serve as a safeguard to prevent impulsive withdrawal early. I like that one. Bitcoiners wish they had it that way. Yeah, that's why like when the gas is right, I want to start to see the staking contract up here more. And and that's actually kind of crazy. If we do start to see that staking contract up here more, people will be like, what is that? Like, why is that showing up? And it's like every time Zens or every time the gas goes low, all the Zenians have changed over. Now they're stakers because they're able to double dip. They could do both at the same time. It's too expensive to make it because it's too expensive to bet on the future. But if you have a solid billion that you can stake for 1,000 days, that's a solid billion you're going to get back. Plus the interest. So yeah, the staking on Zen is just insane. And I don't think you're going to see a better opportunity to buy Zen and stake it than right now. You're praying that others, or you could turn into, if you want to go evil mode right now, I guess you can create some FUD and try to get some more people to sell now that I just said all this shit and it's out in the open. Because other people are gonna watch this video, and even though there's only like 20 people here, like all my videos may get like 300 views, so like other people are gonna watch this shit. They're all gonna start thinking, scratching their head, asking themselves. Because if you do comparisons again, like in our reality, in our world, most of you guys are probably coming from the me world over in Solana, and that's why it's like me is kind of weird. You can stake this, but like, what are you doing? We also have the homies that have Colt. They're trying to figure this out. This the my ladies. It's not looking too good for them. You know what I'm saying? But they can stake it and figure it out. Titan X. The doo-doo. They trying to get this going off. This has been underneath the 42 for so long that it's like, it's just waiting for you guys to start pumping it. I'm not in Titan X. This is the fake Zen coin. And that's why I still don't understand why people promote this coin. I don't understand it. It's like the fake Zen coin. Like 100%. Like it doesn't burn Zen. It can't live the same notion. Staking Titan X is nothing like staking Zen. So it's like, why the fuck are you in that shit? Arrow. Damn, one of the best plays. This one's not so good right now. It's just getting dunked on. But I was about to say Judo. Judo's is impressive, man. So Judo's almost to a reset. It went up to 1 billion. It went up like up to 1 billion, and it's going back to 500. But this is a good utility depend app on Solana. And so it's like hard. It's hard for me to root for anything that's not on Solana. Yo, y'all remember when niggas was shilling Q to you at $1,000, $2,000, bro? Where'd they go? Damn, they was really telling people to buy Q at $2,000. Did you do it? I had already exited that world before I made that mistake. DXN is Zen's #1 burner. It is right now. It's very stagnated. I think Roz left it and abandoned it, and it's an unfortunate thing. But it's cool because it's got a life. It lives on chain. People can rebirth it, but it's up to the world if they want to do that. Look at Hex. Hex is suffering. See, like what you see here, this is like something that's good to see. Like Zen doesn't do this type of stuff. We haven't gotten to that part. Let's go to the, yeah, you know? Like on the daily, we're not really hanging underneath the 42 for too long. You feel me? When we hang under the 42, it's a sell-off. 42 right here. Right here. Sell off. And then super oversold just to recover up and over it. Just to speculate. Just to break below it. And again, see, every time we break below, it gets tighter because of the speculation. Because then when it speculates, it can go up, man. It takes a lot of pressure, a lot of fuckery to get it to get down. And then once it gets down again, like this is all buy zone for staking. It eventually gets up and above. So it's really on you to think, like, do you think Zen is going to do this again? It's gotten tighter and tighter every single time. Here it got kind of reckless, got really oversold. Here it was super tight. The zone right here. And I mean, it makes sense. July 2024, you had the XENblocks. Anybody mining XENblocks is, again, we save Zen because we were buying it and we're holding it because we can merge it with our XENblocks. So yeah, this is why, yeah, this is a whole new world after this one, after 24. I think this is all just for staking. This is the best time to start buying Zen and just staking that shit. There's no other coin like it. There's no other coin like it. Raz is a dirty gypsy. Unlike Hex, no penalty for unstaking late Zen. Yeah, that's cool. You got Phoenix for that one. Phoenix is sick too, man. Like if you want a penalty-based system for staking, burn your Zen for Phoenix. Dude, Phoenix is tight. Like I hate that like motherfuckers ain't into it. It blows my mind. Like it's so cheap to burn the Zen. It's so cheap to stake the Zen. There's reward pools every 90 days. Like this one is so sick. Like if you want longer stakes, stake with Phoenix. You can stake 7,777 days over here. And it works just like Hex. Right? Nobody gives a fuck about it though. Because they're, I don't know why, you know? I actually have no clue why no one cares about Phoenix. People will care about Phoenix when the Super DApp comes out by Joe Blau, because this is going to be the function of how you use the Super DApp. Like it already has the token creator called Phoenix. Like when, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen that one. Oop. So it's the Super DApp by Joe Blau. But yeah, if you want longer staking, when the gas is low, burn yours in for Phoenix and stake it here. And then maybe, again, that's what I'm saying, maybe in the future, because there's enough activity and enough people that understand it, it actually takes off. Because it's like the thing, like I'm surprised I don't think we have a Phoenix Zen pool, because no one's trading Phoenix because Joe Blau he's got a runway. Joe Blau's runway is amazing. Damn, hella Phoenixes on blast. But yeah, no one's trading Phoenix on EVM, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Nomad, if you want to do more stakes like that, I would do it over there. Yes, fake Zen. I'm sorry, I'm in the past. No, fuck DXN. Lols. VMPX is the highest tokenized block space that ever recorded on BTC. Yo, I mean, that's on the BTC side. Hey, Simple, that's on the BTC side, bro. What is the price of VMPX on the BTC side? Let's look at it. $420. And VMPX is 2 cents on Bitcoin. Let's see if there's any. Here you can get one for $5. You get 6. You get 106. Oh, they got bulk buying now. I haven't been over here in a while. I'd buy anything that's under $10 though. I put together a bucket. If it's not like, so that's the thing about like ordinals. It's like some people, I think ordinals needs a strategy of selling. I had a strategy once, me and Kindness, and once I gave Kindness the strategy, that fool started selling ordinals like this. So there is a strategy to selling your ordinals. But yeah, I do some shit like that. I don't want to connect my wallet right now. But yeah, VMPX, it's just like, again, ordinals, I don't think the crypto industry knows what to do with them. That's the problem with ordinals. It's just such a good idea, but it's a bad idea. Right? Like, the problem with ordinals is the blind box theory is too expensive. So you would rather do blind boxes, or you'd rather do NFTs on what's it called? What's that Bitcoin right here? Meme space stuff. You'd rather do NFTs on platforms where the fees are so cheap, because again, people aren't gonna care about photos on top of the Bitcoin. They're gonna care more about a house on top of the Bitcoin. Like the photos is just the first render of the house on top of the Bitcoin to get you like massaged with this idea. Like, hey, what if you paired your Bitcoin with something else? Right. But the fees is what's going to hold Bitcoin back. Right. These are really low stats for right now. But if it gets active and a ton of people jump on the blocks, it's back to, expensive. So that's why, again, that's why I think that the game people just jumped the gun. Like they had this great idea. They built all these ramps, all this UX, but none of them really had actual paths. Pussy, Buffy, Orb. Buffy, pussy, Orb. I got some Buffy still, man. Somebody pump that shit. I'm too deep in the minors. 5 weeks. Actually, I had to check that manager's wallet. We had to check their wallet up. Yeah, man. I'm about to sign off right now because it's all going according to plan. It's all going according to plan. Okay. Bitcoin is property. Zen is more digital than Bitcoin. Ethereum's going to 0. Solana to the moon. And yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Peace.